Hello, it's Victor Dedaj. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I want to talk about Success Principle 1 from the book, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And Success Principle number 1 is take 100% responsibility for your life. Those that are the most successful are the ones who take 100% responsibility for their lives. Those that are not successful don't take responsibility for their lives. They make lots of excuses. They blame other people. They complain about other things, but yet they don't do the things they need to do to change their life. When you start taking responsibility, your life will change. Your life will get better and you will become more successful. And Jack starts the chapter with a quote from the legendary Jim Rohn, which is, "You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself." So that's the thing. Certain things that happen you cannot change, but you can change how you respond to them. And it's that response to what happens that will determine the outcome. And Jack has this great equation, E plus R equals O, which stands for event plus response equals outcome. So your outcome is not just determined by the event, but how you respond to the event. So that's why, for example, two people can grow up in a very poor neighborhood. One person remains poor, but another person can become successful. It's because it's the way they responded to growing up in that neighborhood. Not everyone responds the same way. Jack gives us another example where two people are stuck in a traffic jam caused by an earthquake in California. And they're being interviewed by reporters. So one person is being interviewed and they're responding negatively. They're complaining, they're angry, they're saying, "Oh, life sucks. I'm always getting stuck in traffic no matter when I leave. Why does this always happen to me?" He's angry, he's upset. And then they decide to go interview another person. And this person has a totally different response. He's happy. He's saying, "I left my house at 5 o'clock. I've got my music. I've got my tapes to listen to. I've got my coffee in my thermos. My boss cannot expect anything more from me since I left early. I'm okay. I'm happy." Now it's interesting. The same event happened to both people, yet they both responded differently. So the outcome was different for the two people. One was angry and upset. The other person was happy. So this demonstrates it's not just the event that determines what happens to you. It's how you respond to the event. So you can have something difficult happen to you, but if you respond in a positive way, if you take action to combat it, good things can happen to you. That's why, for example, entrepreneurs that are successful, they'll have obstacles happen to them, but they'll learn to deal with the obstacles. They don't give up and they will succeed. Whereas some other entrepreneurs, when they come across an obstacle, they see it as a sign of, "Man, I will never succeed," and they will give up. It's how you respond to the event that will determine your outcome. So when you realize you can control how you respond to the event and realize that because of your response you can change the outcome, then you realize that you have control over your life. So take responsibility, take action. Don't let an event stop you from achieving the goals that you want. Now, if you realize those that are not successful, again, they'll blame other people, they'll complain about other things, they make excuses. The thing is, if you make excuses but don't take any action, your life is not going to get any better, and it's no one else's fault but your own because you didn't take the action. And those that complain, if you ever notice, they usually complain about things they can change. They don't complain about things they can't change. For example, no one complains about gravity because gravity just is. We've learned to accept gravity and we've learned to use it to our advantage. But people will often complain about things they can change. So for example, people will complain about their coworkers to their spouses and complain about their spouses to their coworkers. Instead, if you have an issue with your spouse, you should talk to your spouse about it. But people prefer to complain to people who can't do anything about their problems. So if you want to complain about something, you have an issue with someone, you should probably talk to that person about it. So you need to take responsibility. Look at what is happening to you and then focus on your response to it, because how you respond to an event will determine the results that you have, will determine the kind of life that you have. And you have control over how you respond to those events. So remember, E plus R equals outcome. Event plus response equals outcome. So realize you're in control over how you respond to things that happen to you. You're in control over what happens in your life. It's how you respond to events, how you do things, how you manage things. Realize that if something happens to you, you want to change it, you can change it. If you're coming to work every day late, don't blame the traffic. Don't blame the subways. Blame yourself, because realize if you leave 30 minutes earlier, you won't be late for work. So it's not the traffic or the subways, it's the fact you're not leaving early enough. So with anything, you can always change your response. So again, take 100% responsibility for your life. If you do that, you will become successful. And that is what Jack Canfield is trying to teach us in Success Principle number 1 in the Success Principles. So I hope you got a lot of value. Feel free to share this video with other people and subscribe to my channel below. This is Victor Dedaj signing off. Have a wonderful day.